So, I want to give a wee bit of information on the foam roller here and how I think you should use it. Throw it away. That's what you should do. Okay, don't necessarily do that there. But I do think this would be useful to give a wee bit of information on the foam roller and just kind of my thoughts on foam rolling, because it's like one of those things within GAA, training. A lot of people do it, a lot of people don't do it, a lot of people think it's brilliant, a lot of people think it's a load of shite. So kind of want to just give my thoughts on it and kind of clear the air and give you some information as to maybe what's the best way to use it, or maybe why not to use it. So I think one of the big reasons why people use it is like try and get more flexible, try and increase your mobility. And for all the time that I've spent doing foam rolling in my training in previous years, I can't really say I've felt more flexible from doing it. And I don't know if I've talked to anyone else that has noticed any benefits from foam rolling in terms of improving their flexibility or mobility. And then when you look at the research, there's like a couple of different review papers out there, and what they would sort of suggest is that it can be useful for like at that moment, increasing your range of motion and increasing your flexibility, but that's not permanent and won't stay with you. So I guess if you're doing foam rolling with the intention of trying to like increase your mobility or trying to get more flexible, it's probably not the best thing to do, and you could probably spend your time maybe in like mobility drills, and that might be better for you, and it might be a better use of your time. Second thing then is like kind of to help recovery, so like after a session, helping with maybe reducing fatigue or reducing like DOMs the next day. And again, it's not something I've ever done, because my thinking would be like I would rather go home and get food and get hydrated and get sleep after a session for recovery than sitting in the foam roller. I think it's a better use of time. The research would sort of say that it probably might be a bit useful afterwards. Now, they kind of say the research might be a wee bit limited in that the placebo effect could come into play. So like just because you're moving on it, you might think it's making you feel better. So possibly there might be a mental thing in that, like sitting on it after a session might help you cool down, it might help you relax. That might be of benefit to you, but really it's kind of like there isn't a lot of strong evidence to suggest it's really useful. Like it's somewhat limited basically. So I think again, if you're sitting after a session doing foam rolling, might not be the best use of your time. It might be better just going home and getting a good feed and sleeping. And then the final thing is maybe doing it before like a session. And it's like sometimes the question is it going to make your performance better or worse? Like, are you going to be able to run faster or jump higher because of it? Because maybe it like makes you more flexible. And again, like it's not something I've ever done, because like I much prefer to do like a dynamic warm up and get moving and get sprinting, because I think it's just more similar to the game. So I prefer to do that there. But a lot of people like using the foam roller. And again, if it's something that's in your pre-game routine and you like doing it, then fucking wheel away. Like don't be changing that. But the evidence would probably, or the research would probably say that there isn't really any clear indication either way that's going to make you better or worse, at least right at that time. So again, if you're using your time before a session to do foam rolling, and maybe you could be doing like a dynamic warm up, or maybe doing, I don't know, fucking visualization or something like that, that could maybe be a better use of your time. So I think basically to sum that up, I think if foam rolling is something that you enjoy to do and you think like it's of benefit to you, then wheel away at it. But if you're someone that's tight on time, and you're somebody that's looking to make your training really effective, and you don't want to waste a lot of time because you got other things in life going on, might not be the best use of your time, spending a lot of time on a foam roller. It's something to think about. I think with these things, formulate your own thoughts and try things out and do the research and look at the research papers that are out there. But basically, you're probably better using a foam roller for like maybe gym exercises and like different sort of movements there, as opposed to foam rolling on. So see what you think.